Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, live from the headquarters of TiVo Mike Solutions. It's the TiVo Mike Show, where sin is dumb, grace is king, and die to self has replaced YOLO as the life motto of choice. I'm your awesome host, Michael TiVo Mike Jefferson.
And I'm entertainment guru, Mike Warner. Thank you for joining us, Saints. We're so glad you're here.
So glad you're here, Saints. I'm glad that you're here on our Wednesday show that's so well scripted, and we have so many good notes and outlines that it's going to go so smoothly. It's not like I forgot it at work. It's going to go wonderful. So today we're talking about Chicago Police Department on NBSI, or as Whoopi Goldberg would say it, NBSI. She says that, I think. She's so funny.
She's so
that.
weird. Don't forget SVU.
Oh, and SVU. And then a scripture of the day, which is in New York. So you got Chicago, got New York, 2 crime drama shows about evil black people. It's very exciting.
I can't do it.
So then our scripture of the day, we're going to do our quote of the day, and we're going to do our what's on our TiVos tonight.
That's
Spoiler
right.
alert, SVU and PD. But anyway, let's get started with our scripture of the day. If you can read it. If you can't, then I'll do it, and whatever. Yeah, I'll do it. So this is...
just that one right here.
Oh, 2 Samuel.
Okay. 2 Samuel 22:29. You, Lord, are my lamb. The Lord turns my lamb. You, Lord, are my lamp. The Lord turns my darkness into light.
Woo! Ain't
like
that something?
I like that.
And
Olivia needs the
right?
Lord this week, last week.
All right.
It's about to get all kind of crazy for her. So she needs some light in that darkness that's about to come. Oh,
come on now.
Tell.
That's what I'm saying.
Woo!
This is exciting stuff. God will turn your darkness into light. Here's what he will not do. He doesn't say he will make sure you have no darkness.
That is true.
He doesn't shield you from it. So, like, I think when I become a parent, all these scriptures will take on a different feel and texture for me.
Oh, they definitely will.
Because it's like, so instead of making, because see, I dream of doing things for my kids based on what I wanted.
Yes.
Like, when they go to college, I want them to do it full time and not have to worry about work, so I'll cover the bills. But I wanted that because I didn't like working and going to school. Oh. But they're not going to even know that to begin with, so should I let them live their life? And then if they call me and say, Dad, Mom, can you guys pay?
Definitely.
Then yeah. So it's kind of, we do things that kind of soothe our stuff, our aches.
Yeah.
And with it, some of you parents out there, I know no one intends to be bad parents. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Even the absent ones that leave when you're 7. I know you had good intentions. You said I have nothing to offer, and then you bounced out of love. Whatever. So what happens is you probably will say, I don't want any bad to happen to my kid. I'm going to be totally shielded. I'm going to have them wear protective gear like they're going off to war when they ride their bike. I'm going to have them suited up like RoboCop. I want them to be able to run into a bomb and walk away unaffected. Like we over shield. Yeah. Come back at the house by 1 p.m. is your curfew before anything bad can happen. Father, it's only 1 p.m. I know. Come on inside the house. It's already too late. So when we were out, it was just come home and lights come on. And then even then, you can stay out. If you're in front of the house, you can still stay outside. It was a different time, they say. No, it's the same time. Everything's the same. Same time. So there's no new time. Okay, because back in time, they were lynching us. So I don't think there was any innocent time. Anyway. So with God, I love that quote where he is saying this. He goes, listen, I will make your darkness and I'll make it light. Only God can do that. Because think about that. He is so good. Just think of good, like the word good, what that would mean. He's such the embodiment of good and power and love. Like the Bible says God is love.
Yes.
It doesn't say God is loving.
No.
It says God is love.
That's true, yeah.
Like
he's what love is.
He's love. So love, power, and good. Like that's the trifecta.
Oh.
Like if he played his cards right, he could be in the next Avengers. Like that's how good he is, right?
Yeah.
He'd have no villain, no
arch enemy.
No arch enemy there. There's no kryptonite that'll get him. There's no trip up. He don't have to get angry and then lose his mind. So he says, I'm so powerful. I can turn darkness into light. Anybody who's been through darkness, there is no light to be found in it. That's why that's why that memory that means something, if it's negative, still hurts today.
Yes.
It could be 40 years removed. And it's just as fresh as when it happened, and you're crying or you're angry or you get emotional again because it's so horrible. There was no light there. Trust me, you would have found it by now. But if you let God in your life, all of a sudden, somehow, he'll do something with it where you look back going, you'll actually say the statement that makes no sense. You'll say, I wouldn't change anything for the world. I'm actually glad that happened. You'll be like, what? You're glad, right? I'm like, how? I even caught myself sometimes saying, yeah, you know what, I'm glad. Because, wait a minute, what? Because God is so good.
Because the reality is, as much as it hurt,
right?
The experience and what you came out from the experience.
Yes.
Is what it's like, you know what? I wouldn't change it because I wouldn't be me.
Right.
If I changed that.
And you know who made that? God.
That's right.
The thing that was, because it was designed to kill you, not to make you stronger.
Exactly.
Because, and here's the proof. You know someone else who had the same thing, and they not here no more. Or they're horrible. Or they snapped.
Yeah.
Or they broke. Right?
Yeah.
They broke. And you thrived. The difference? God. I'm telling you, it's God. It's not the experience. But that's how good He makes it so good. You can mistakenly give the experiences pedestal in your life. Like, I'm so glad that happened. No. What you mean to say is, I'm so glad God used what the enemy meant to kill me, and He out-tricked. Like, that's why I like the comics of villains, when they do things that you thought, the good guy was going to win, but the bad guy knew the good guy was going to do that, so he thinks he's doing good, but it's really part of his next plan. That's why Dark Knight was so good of a movie.
Yes.
They kept doing things like, he's in jail. No, he wanted to be in jail. So it's like God is so good and cunning, what the enemy was going to use to take us out, he then does his action. You go, now watch, Mike's going to fail. Watch. He's going to die. Look at him. He's like, wait, Mike Warner came out strong. What happened? And God's over there in the corner going, he's saved. So I just made that work for him.
That's
Bless
right.
God. Anyway, I just love that scripture. Right. So go 2 Samuel, a man who definitely knows about darkness in his life. Anyway, and now our quote of so basically, guys, if you're going through, know that God is making it work together for your good.
Yes.
If you're saved. It does get better. Quote of the day.
The absence of alternatives clears the mind marvelously. Henry Kissinger.
It's so good. If you don't have no alternatives, there it is. There's the path. So you make that work for you, people.
Yeah.
So for us, we're doing the Dave Ramsey plan because the Bible says to imitate those who through faith and patience inherit the promises. So because death's off my table in life, that easily takes a lot of the burden away. Yep. So if I see something that's really wonderful and great and expensive and wonderful, and they go, we have financing, or don't make no difference, I can't get it. Because that's not even an option. I'm not, debt's off the table.
I'm not picking up another bill.
If it was still on the table, then that I can go, maybe I can do this next month and work out the payment plan. How much are the payments? When do they due? All right, let's underwater backflip Sal Cal, triple Sal Cal payment to you and steal it from Paul Peter. I mean, but it's not even an option.
Right.
I mean, so when I was on Realtor.com last week, just kind of looking at houses, knowing that in 4 years I'll be buying a house. So I was just looking around, kind of see what city in Rhode Island I'll be in, because by then I'm going to buy a car if need be. If I leave this city, because there's probably better deals outside of Providence. There you go. So I was looking at some houses, and then I forgot to, when I did something, I clicked on it, where it took away my filters that I had done.
Yeah, you cleared them.
Yeah, somehow it cleared. So I clicked on something. I said, "Oh, what? That is a nice house. This is only $80,000." And I was clicking. I saw the rooms. It was 3 bedrooms, 3 baths.
They hit you with the HGTV Property Brothers.
Yes.
Hey, what do you want in the house?
Right. It was everything.
And then they'll say the price to show the house.
Yes.
And it's like, well, this is the price.
I should have known something was wrong too, because it said there's 30 pictures. The more pictures that they show you of the property, it's out of your price range. Okay. The houses I could afford had the one photo of the house. And that was it. You had to guess the inside. You had to come and visit. So it was beautiful, but it was $290,000. But the thing, because I have an account from years ago from it. So the calculator that it automatically calculates your mortgage payments, I had plugged in years ago when I thought the responsible way to do a house was 20% down, 15-year mortgage. So it had that adjustment. So I look at this house, and the payment was what I'm paying for my rent with Stewart. And so I said, wow, I could have it. And I thought, actually, I can't, because that's a debt. Yeah. Oh, well, it is nice. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of this house, and I'll put it up at the house that I can buy.
Let's get to the next.
I mean, there ain't no options. I can't get that. Not a 15-year mortgage, not a 1-year mortgage. It's going to be a 1-minute mortgage called how much is it? Here's the check.
A 1-minute mortgage.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
And now let's get started with our whatever we're doing now.
Today.
Because there's no notes.
Well, let's say Chicago PD.
The police of Chicago.
You guys, again, I don't understand where these stories are coming from. So this episode was so messed up. Yes, very good writers, because this episode was so messed up. First off, let's just talk about Wolf Films being like top Wolf Productions, because it's Dick Wolf. He's like riding high right now. They're making money. His ratings are real high on all his shows right now.
Wow.
So he's doing the thing. He's a little bit down from last year on PD versus this year last year.
Oh, really?
But he's still up in the high numbers.
Good for him.
So
he's got like, 5 shows on NBC right now?
Yes. And let me tell you, this episode was a girl was killed.
Right.
Antonio was played by John Cena. He just came back. So he was on the show.
John Cena, the wrestler?
No, John Cena. S-E-D-A.
Oh, okay.
He was on the show before. Then he left the show, and he was on Chicago Justice as the prosecutor's
the boss.
Informant. No, he was like the guy who did the investigation. So he
worked in the office. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So when the show got canceled, sadly, they brought him back to
because they put it on Sunday night, the most competitive night in NBC.
It might come back. Give it time.
It's coming back?
It might come
back.
They
brought back Timeless. You heard about that, right?
I know.
It was canceled, uncanceled, but yeah, you leave Justice. Where's the justice in that?
Exactly.
Anyway, go ahead.
It's cheaper to make Timeless. But
yeah, the stars are paying them.
Yeah. So they bring it, and the opening scene, he's talking to his, I want to say it's his daughter.
Right.
And she's in the car, and they're talking about the importance in helping other Latinos because you're Latino. So not like, above yourself, but when you're coming up, the people around you should want them to be doing well. We got to help each other as a community.
You hear that, black people? You hear that?
And that's what I love about it, because he said it to his daughter. So they get out the car, and they get a phone call. So now he's like, well, we got to rain check the movie. Come with me real quick. They go to the scene. He tells her to stay in the car. So she's sitting in the car.
Never a good scene in TV when someone's told to wait somewhere.
So she's sitting in the car, and they go out, and they're like, what's going on? And they pick up this tarp, and there's a lady, and her stomach is cut open. And they're like, what happened? And because of what's going on in the neighborhood, they think it's the drug mules for the cartel where they...
And they stole the drugs out of her stomach?
Yeah. Instead of her doing her part to get the drugs out, they couldn't, so they cut her open and left her for dead. Well, as they're looking at the body, he's like, well, this is not a case for intelligence. That's up to you guys.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, his daughter's right there on the side of him.
So she saw it?
Out, and he goes, I told you to wait in the car. She goes, okay. He goes, let's go. She goes, well, aren't you taking the case? He goes, no, it's not my department. She goes, you just said we should be helping each other. Oh,
she was Latino.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's how they opened that.
How quick did the words come back to bite you in the behind? And first of all, can I just say, drug mules don't do it. The benefits are bad.
Yes.
There's not long-term growth in the company. It's very stagnant. The hours are bad. This is the TiVo Mike Show.
saying, ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live. Don't let it go. Ooh, you've got one.
They say you are an all-consuming fire, the Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end, good and forgiving and living in your love that stretches from everlasting to everlasting. They say you give strength to the weary, increase the power of the weak, and bring the dead to life. You father to the fatherless, home for the homeless, you King of kings and Lord of lords, who created the cosmos without losing count of the hairs on my head. They say you are God. And when I think about you, God, I ask, what if all the things they say are true, God? What if the songs we sing are more than a metaphor? What if Bible verses are more than a cute Twitter bio? What if when we pray, we're not just talking to ourselves? What if it's all more real than our current definition of reality can contain? What if it's all true? What if you're gracious? What if you're good? What if you're not meant to be understood? What if you give peace? What if you have mercy? What if you're a well drawing life for the thirsty, humble and fair? What if you care? What if you're here and we're unaware? What if you're holy? What if you know me? What if it's true Jesus Christ was your only son? What if he's the one given for all to break down the wall? What if your call is for me to be free and to see a new reality? What if you're the key? What if you're the way? Ancient of days, El Shaddai, Adonai. What if you are I am? What if you are? What if you could change me? Let your love rearrange me from the sin that estranged me to a Savior who claimed me. And even though I can't see you, what if I need you? And I know you will just be you while I sit here and ask, what if?
Nothing left to lose, nothing left to win. End of the road. In every single game, every single play, every day.
Woo! So, guys, as always, this is the T and Mike Show. Woo! You can catch us on Blog Talk Radio, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your time, wherever you at, that's not Eastern Standard Time.
If it's New Zealand time, if it's Australian time, yes. Whatever time. Russian time,
yes.
Election time.
You'll find it.
Whatever.
Election time, funny.
Too soon?
No, never too soon.
Hillary, you lost. Sorry. That's her next book.
Again in 3 years.
Yeah, her next book is going to be called
Losing Chapter 2.
Yes. The sequel. Bill's Weekends.
Yes.
Anyway.
So.
Sorry. Allegedly. I'm sure there's been romantic time together all this time, Polly.
Right now.
Because they're both out of a job. So I'm sure they're both. Anyway.
So, what PD happens, and they set it up to make you think it's like the cartel couldn't get their drugs out of a mule, so they killed her.
Which is crazy.
They go through all this stuff, and the lady who was killed comes, she's, and that's what I love. The reason why the story worked,
right,
is the lady was an illegal immigrant, so she wasn't here legally.
Okay.
This factory or this butcher shop that's known in Chicago, all their employees, with the exception of some of the bigger employees,
right,
were all illegal immigrants. Because that's easier, because no one wants to be in the butcher job and do the butcher job.
That's true.
So
It's gross.
They go through all this trouble.
If you see it, you know.
Yeah.
It's bad. Not a good one.
They
Doors
go through all
open,
this trouble,
you
and
fall
they figure
down.
everything out, and they're like, what's going on?
Right.
Couldn't find out. One of the guys who worked in the butcher shop, who just felt like it was weird. He was like a Hispanic racist. He didn't like immigrants coming here because if he tried to, what it was is he tried to get with her. She didn't want to be with him. And he goes, well, if he was like, if she would have, well, no, not even love her. He just wanted to take advantage of her because he can, because he's a citizen and she's not.
Oh, I got you.
But he was Mexican as well. So that's what it was like, what the hell, you hate your own kind of people? Because he was like.
He doesn't hate Mexicans. He just doesn't like people coming over illegally who break the law.
Well, no, what I mean by he hated, his thing was, well, if she wouldn't have been dead if she stayed where she belonged.
Wow.
Because she shot him down and didn't want to give him the time of day.
And then he shot her down.
So he cut her open because he worked in the butcher shop. So he cut her open to make it look like the car. And you know how they found out? One of the guys from the cartel was like, we don't ever cut this way. We cut up and down, so it's an easy fix. And that lady's like in her 30s. She's too old.
Wow.
And that's how. And then they go through this whole unraveling.
Are you kidding me?
All this stuff to find out. It was another Mexican who did it.
Wow.
I was like, what? And his whole thing was, well, if they came here illegally, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yes,
she
it
came
would.
here illegal. I'm like, you would have killed her either way.
Yeah, because she still turned you down.
Exactly.
Wow.
So he felt like no one's going to miss her because she wasn't documented here.
But apparently they did, because you're in jail.
She had a kid.
That's right. So she had a kid, too.
The kid's the one who identified, it was a fat Spanish guy. I'm like, really? You didn't even hide yourself from the kid? You
wow. See, the fat Spanish people, you gotta be careful with who you go after with love. You gotta go after the other fat ones or the ugly ones. They say you can't go up.
Yeah, you gotta stay in your lane.
Yeah, you can only go down. You can't go up. You can't. If you're a 5,
you can only go 5
is highest.
Yes.
And you might not be able to even get another 5 because they're probably looking for a higher 5 than you 5.
Yeah.
So go for a 4 or 3, but you can't go to a 6.
Yes, exactly.
So was she a 10? Was she like really stunningly beautiful?
She was really pretty. I was kind of mad. She was an undocumented worker working in a meat factory.
That's what I'm saying.
You're pretty. You can model.
That's what I'm saying. Is that the best way to do it? Because then the companies do your paperwork for you.
Yeah.
That's how all the.
But this is Chicago, so some people just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but Chicago's where Tyra was, right? You just get on the runway and you work a girl.
She was.
Yeah, so you work a girl. What was her name? Don't say her name.
I don't remember her name.
Like Maria.
No, I don't remember.
Wow, undocumented. You don't even have her name. Nope. You racist man.
Didn't remember her name. You're right.
She's just yet another
she died before the credits, so it didn't matter.
She died before the credits. Ouch. Ouch. That was Entertainment Guru at EGMike84 on Twitter.
Let's talk about SVU. So first off, SVU took a story from the headlines about these 3 girls who wanted to get revenge on a teacher who...
A male
teacher. And what it was is he had relationships with them. So he didn't rape them. He just coerced them into thinking it was their idea.
Every time it's a teacher, it's got to be a male teacher.
No, they did that.
And
they touched on the woman one a lot of times. Melissa Joan Hart was on there for the lady who got the...
But they make it nicer,
her up.
And it's different episodes. Like it lasts for... It's the
no,
male...
she only had 1 episode.
Oh, was it only one?
It was only 1 for Melissa Joan Hart, too.
Oh.
But these 3 girls, what happened was... One of the girls was the one... The other 2 girls just wanted to get closure on the situation.
Right.
The 3rd girl, he actually, had a relationship with her. Well, when she went to end the relationship, that's when he raped her. And she wrote a poem about it.
And you wonder why men don't go into the teaching field, because now we're all going to look like we're pedophiles or
she wrote a poem when they were in school, in her senior year of college, and he posted it in the journal. So when he got married now and all the stuff comes out that he is the one, and the wife didn't believe it. So the wife didn't want to believe that that's how it happened, that he did this to these girls. So the girl what happened was she cut off his testicles. That's the one.
What happened?
Yeah, that's how they opened the scene. We found these. She was, who put them on ice? And the lady was like, well, when I got here, I saw them on the bed, so I thought it was good. And Ice-T was like, good idea. So, they go through all that, and his wife was like,
she didn't notice what happened.
She knows about that. She was upset, and that's why she wanted these girls to go to jail. He said he was maimed by people unknown, blah, blah, blah. He tried to make it seem like it was like a crime against him. He didn't try to make it seem like he went to a room with a girl at a hotel.
Wait a minute. This is hilarious. Hold on.
Yes.
I know I'm focusing on the wrong part, but this is hilarious. So he goes to his wife.
Well, he didn't tell her first. After they find him in the hallway, passed out because he almost bled to death. They said, who do you need us to call? And he hesitated because he didn't want to call his wife. When he finally called his wife,
Oh my God.
he told her, I did meet this girl at the bar, and I was going to meet her in the hotel room, and this is what happened. But he was trying to, not ask
So
to
she
tell
knew that
portion of
the
it.
wife, the girlfriend snatched it off.
She knew that the girl he met, it wasn't girlfriend, but she knew the girl he met had named
done it. Okay.
Yeah. So
she knew.
Well, no, she knew what happened, but she didn't want to believe that her husband was a rapist. So what happened was the girl that he raped brought this shell that he gave her when he was confessing that how much he cared about her.
Right.
And she goes, "Do you remember this?" And they tried to object it, and she smashed it, and it ended up cutting her hand. And they go to recess. Well, the wife, the whole time they put the camera on her. I'm like, why is the camera on the wife?
Right.
She's reacting to the shell. She goes home, gets the journal from the college days, the published works.
Oh, okay.
Of poems?
Like the newsletter kind of thing?
Yeah, because the story that the girl told matched the poem that was in this work, in this
about being
book
raped?
of poems. Yeah, because she didn't say she was raped. She just described the events in certain ways. So the corkscrew in your sweaty hand, the numb feeling I got because you changed the dynamic of our relationship.
Wow.
So the lady remembered reading that poem, and then the shell. She goes into the detective's office, gives him the poem, has the shell in her hand. And they're like, wait, why are you doing this? And then she takes
But she broke it.
No, this is the wife. He used the same line that he picked up this girl with when he was a teacher and she was in college. He used that same line to pick up his wife. So the wife had a shell as well.
Oh, everybody had a shell.
Just that girl and the wife.
Okay.
So the wife was upset, and that's why in the courtroom when the victim had the shell and she smashed it and it cut her, that's why the wife all of a sudden reacted the way she did, because he used that same BS line to get me.
But she knew that. He had a girlfriend.
Well, no, the thing is...
He said, I was meeting this woman. He told her
right away. But it
away.
wasn't a girlfriend. He met her at the bar. It was like some random meetup.
Oh, I got it.
It wasn't a relationship.
The backstory that he met. Okay,
yeah.
Now I get it.
Come to find out, it was 3 students that he talked to in college, whatever, and 2 of them he only messed around with or kissed. This one he actually let her believe they were in a relationship. And when she found out that he was this kind of teacher, she went to end it and he raped her.
Oh my God!
And she lived with this for all
guy
these
is
years.
the most
cynical bastard there was. Right. And then he tried to play the victim, which was funny because he's like, "Oh well, she made me." Yeah, well, you can't. I love it. So Barbara goes into this whole tirade, and they go, "Wasn't it his lawyer's like he suffered enough? X, Y, Z, da da da." And Barbara goes, "Yes, because it's fair, not justice, fair." So it's fair that for all these years she had to live with this memory that no one could help her with. So yes, the fact that she did castrate a man in a hotel room was fair, but not justice. And they ended up finding him guilty.
I love that.
And I love how he did it. But
it was fair, but it's not justice.
In the beginning of the episode,
that brother's gonna be in jail without the testicles.
Exactly. So in the beginning of the episode, they give you Brooke Shields.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, Brooke Shields didn't even show up the whole episode. Well, during the episode...
A producer?
No. Oh. During the episode, you find out that Olivia has to worry about the grandmother of Noah Porter.
Uh-oh. And that's
looking for her grandson. Because they never did the job when the adoption happened to find out. Brooke Shields knocks on the door at the end of the episode.
Yes!
And she goes, "Hi, I'm so-and-so Porter. I'm looking... Are you Olivia Benton?" So yeah, I'm Noah's grandmother.
Oh my God!
End of the episode.
First of all, Brooke is already old as a grandma. I'm sorry, Brooke.
That's how it worked.
But did they dress her up to be old?
Not old. No, she still looked
like regular.
Yeah,
that's just mean.
But
at least with Mandy Moore, they make up.
This is what they call the. Remember I was telling you we call it the
obligatory just in shot.
Or like the recycling of an actor.
Oh yeah, right. Because she's been on that show before. I love how they do that.
If you love TV.
$405 and Libby.
If you love Jesus, we're going to love TiVo Mike. The TiVo Mike Show is a daily internet radio show that features the best of popular culture with a Christian point of view. TiVo Mike teaches you about Jesus and popular TV shows with the entertainment guru Mike Warner. From The Walking Dead to The Big Bang Theory, you'll experience entertainment that fills your spirit. The TiVo Mike Show airs weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern on Blog Talk Radio. Or subscribe on iTunes or Google Play. Learn more at TiVoMike.com. That's TiVoMike.com. TivoMike.com.
We had the one thing that.
All I can say is it was amazing to see Mariska Hargitay acting with her actual husband, because he plays her lawyer from Family Court, and her yelling at him saying the only job you had to do and you didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
He goes, yeah, but you said there was no living relative. She goes, okay, but I'm not a lawyer. So I can't wait to see what BS Brooke Shields is going to bring to her this time. Because this time, Brooke Shields is against Benson, whereas last time she was on the show, she was with, well, she wasn't for her, but she was looking for the person who killed her sister.
Right.
So they worked together.
Yeah, they for each other. Now it's over. She was at Lipstick Jungle. Now it's going to be a whole different side of Brooke. All I got to say is, suddenly Grandma. Didn't get it because suddenly Susan. Sorry, allegedly. Oh,
but listen.
So the whole cast of Susan's now been on SVU. Kathy Griffin, Susan, or whatever her name is again, whatever. Go Brooke Shields. Anyway.
But I can't wait because it was such a subtle entry, and then they ended the episode.
I love when they do
I'm
that.
like,
They always pull off. I think you just see executive producer Dick Wolf.
Yes.
Like, I know that. I want to see more of the scene.
So Wednesday night TV is getting better. What's on TiVo tonight? SVU, Chicago PD.
So watch,
and something else that I was watching. I forget what it was.
Something else on Wednesday. Oh,
The Mayor.
Oh yeah, on ABC.
I didn't watch it.
Is it good?
It's getting a lot of reviews. So I'm gonna check it out tonight on.
They had it on their Black comedy block because it was Blackish and then Mayor. So ABC, I like when they keep all their black together.
It's on Tuesday, not Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
But that's what messed up. Blackish, you need to renegotiate your contract and get back on Monday night because you are going to lose viewers because you're competing against This Is Us. Wow. And I love you, Anthony Anderson, but I'm not turning from This Is Us.
More people can relate to white folks. I'm just saying. Blackish, y'all were doing good as a new Cosby Show. But when you up against the Golden Girls / Seinfeld / Friends, you have no chance, especially when you got an abusive black man on there as your father.
Cut it out. He played it one time.
He hurt, what's her face?
Angela Bassett.
He sure did. I'm so sorry, Angela. You had to go through that.
We got today, Saints.
I pray today's message help encourage you to live a victorious life. Remember, the only way to really do that, though, is to walk daily, not Sunday, with the Lord Jesus Christ. I love you, Saints.
And as always, you heard it here first, folks. Please subscribe on iTunes and Google Play. Be sure to rate us. Also, write us if you like us.
That's right.
If you don't, never mind. I'm EG Mike 84 on Twitter. He's TiVo Mike on Instagram. And our show, The TiVo Mike Show, is on Facebook. Follow us, favorite us, retweet us. Hi, Saints. It's Mike Warner, Associate Producer and Entertainment Guru of The TiVo Mike Show. And this half hour of our show is over. Feel free to join our 135 subscribers and check out our TiVo Mike YouTube channel where we have over 127,000